So here's what the problem is, right? It's in there, it's built, it's fine, but it rattles around. It's only secured over here. So I need at least one more point to secure this, and I don't want to go into the floor. I'd rather not. See that? Totally unacceptable. Especially when I have a couple of gallons of water in there, it's going to be super heavy. It's going to fly around really easily. I found a piece of scrap in the garage. I have a bunch of scrap wood over here. I think what I'm going to be able to do is to brace this to the lateral side of the sink, and then use my clamping mechanism to press it up against the wall so that it's removable. It's not, I won't have to have it bolted in. It could be clamped, and I think 1 or 2 clamps will be sufficient to hold the entire weight because it'll be distributed across the length of the whole board. I think it can work. I really do think it can work. I'm going to give it a shot. So the idea is this will go here and serve as $1 like super strong clamps from Home Depot. And believe it or not, 1 or 2 of these right in here I think will be enough to put enough pressure on this leg and on this leg. So 1 or 2 things here, and then I could very easily remove this, take the whole sink out when I want. I don't want this to be fixed permanently to the van. I don't want to drill through. I want to be able to remove it. So I have these which have really high pressure. So I think the way I'm going to brace the cross beams, brace the opposite legs, is by securing this cross beam to that leg, and that should be sufficient for the load transfer. Right, that's all. In case you're curious what inside the garage is, this is it. Take a look. It's packed. It's all the way up. So got a bunch of junk. It's a scrap. It's a scrap, and I keep it in a Trader Joe's bag. These are the 3 pieces of wood that I'm considering for structural support. This one is already splintered. Look at that. Yeah, this might be out just because it's too flimsy. It's too thin and too flimsy. I think it's already out. And now I don't know if it shows on the camera, but there's these white spots all over this thing. I don't know. What are they? It makes me really uncomfortable. If it's like a pre-mold condition or mold, I don't know, man. The reason I did all this shit is because I had mold in the van in the first place. I don't think I want to take the risk. So what I'm doing now is I'm trying to keep it level on 2 axes using my speed square. Okay. All right, that ought to do it. Here it is loose. Right? And now just 1 high pressure clamp. Just 1. Look at that. All right, it's not perfect, but you know what? I really think that's going to work. Just take this as it is. And run it down like that. I think I accomplished what I set out to do. I found a way to brace the whole thing with load transference to the part where the water is, and when I shake it, it rattles a little bit, which I'm fine with, but it's not going anywhere. It's really not going anywhere. So I think it works. And the beauty of this system is this one high pressure clamp comes right out, and this clamp is holding the whole thing together, and now it just slides right out. It's great solution. Even though see, I built it, I threw it together in such a ghetto way with no plans, no nothing, just seat of my pants, whatever came next. So I'm gonna call this done, and since I have plenty of daylight left and plenty of time left, I'm gonna see if I can't figure out the plumbing system. Water comes out of the sink and goes into this it's a P-trap for an RV, and then I have this bilge hose that I can cut here and replace this length. And then the idea is I have a quick connect which connects this to my bin, so there will be no leak at all. The idea is it's a closed system, right? Completely closed. There's no room for error, and the one place where it connects and disconnects, I have a quick connect. So I need to get this. Let me leave the quick connect where it is. Okay, I need to get this. I need to get this through my container. So I have a large opening that I can reach my hand through, and I need to find a place to drill through. And I'm considering replacing this, just cutting this off and putting this in its place. My only concern is that I'm going to melt the plastic with the saw blade. That's it. No going back now. Yes! Oh, it's perfect. Oh, it's perfect. Look at that. Oh, goddamn, it's so perfect. Oh, sometimes things just work out. Why do they do this? Why do they glue it where I can't get it? It's like glue on the... Why do they glue it there? Why? You got a dish sponge. Okay. Like this. All right, I think it's good enough. I have a high pressure clamp holding a cross beam that transfers load from the heavy portion across to where it's being fastened to the wall of the van, and it's really strong. It's not going anywhere. So even at highway speeds, even quick turns or short stops, etc., I think it's going to be fine. I have the water secured in place with just some simple 2x4s that I just screwed into the underside of the base plate that's holding it up. So, and that's sufficient. So stopping short, making short turns, this isn't slipping anywhere. But when I open the door, I have easy access to it. I can just pull it out right away, go refill it, and I have easy access to the drain water also. So the sink itself is it's an IKEA sink. It's a nice big basin. Here it is from the inside if you want to see it. So here's the faucet. It's not plugged in right now, but it's an electric faucet. Here's the sink, and it goes down to the drain. The drain goes to an RV P-trap, which runs through a bilge hose that goes to a quick connect And the quick connect, you lift it and you just pull it up like that, and now the drain water, and go spill it somewhere and bring it back pretty easily. All right, and that should be sufficient. That should be sufficient in terms of the hardware, the carpentry, the lumber basically, and the plumbing. I mean, I do need to seal it up, and just there's a couple small things that I still need to do to it, but for the most part, it's good. It's good to go. All right, with that, I'm going to start cleaning up around here. I'm going to go to the store, get the plumber's buddy. Yeah, the hardware's done. And the solution I came up with was a high pressure clamp with a load transferring beam. So that ought to do it for me. So problem solved, and it's before 6 o'clock. So now I just have extra time. I'm going to go do other shit. If I can get the whole plumbing system done right now, then God, that would just be epic. And maybe while I'm out there, I can go get a propane tank for my heater also. All right, I'm going to call it a wrap. I'm going to call this one done. I'm going to go do other shit, but technically this is it. I'm ready to go.